16, I met a girl named Jenny. Wasn't like anyone I had ever met. She was so witty, her eyes were really pretty. Was the type of girl who would listen without blinking. Seemed the world was her lover, her horror were the suburbs. I looked up to her even though she was much shorter. I had known her for much longer than I liked her, but I noticed when I get up in the morning, I look forward to that lunchtime or the short drive from my driveway to the back roads. Because I lied, I said my life means that I don't arrive on time. I'm on your way to school, can you pick me up? Let me walk you to your class. Was oblivious of all the signs that you liked me. I would find you in my psyche and time started skipping. By the time I finished blinking, it was summer after graduation, almost 17. The pain of my failed attempt was washing over me. At the peak of my infatuation hadn't been seen. I was closer to her passion than I had ever been. Like why she knew me better than a mirror or a flea. Unfortunately, she was leaving couple months to university in another country, and she needed to be free, independent. Yeah, I get it, I was turning 17. Responsibilities creeping up on me. At my birthday party, I had started on the first day. Not be modest, had got her to sleep over. It can't be the hardest to charm a girl who clearly liked me back. Pretend to yawn while I'd put an arm around her back. Toss her in the water, laughing, dripping on the deck. Borrowing her towel while she's still using it. Eventually my buddy Kenny asked me, what's up with you and Jenny? I stayed silent, left her to her devices. She responded, we're just buddies. My heart died in silence. So after some time we were getting ready for a bed. 2 twins and a couch for a couple and the rest. I took her outside for a walk along the pavement for a private conversation. Feet were tapping on the cement, had her hands inside her pockets, coolly watching me sweat bullets. And finally I stuttered, that stuff he uttered about us, it's true. I mean, I'm trying to say I like you. She looked at me with an eyes as cold as blue. Then she spoke, okay, I like you too. When she took me home that night, I said there's something need to do. She looked at me expectantly like kiss me already, fool. I still remember how her lips felt on mine, yelling like I cracked a gold mine. Awkward as it was, I did it all, I jumped on it. First thing she told me, there's beauty in temporariness. First thing we did was watch the sunset from a bridge, and then I'd wrap my Letterman jacket on her shoulders when the sky would start crying in. We savor our time together, never mention her to others. For every date, I'd pick her a new flower. Someone made a comment on the way that I looked at her. Scratched our initials on her heart on a table. It was crazy, it was straight out of a fable. Kept her picture in my wallet so I'd never be away though. I pierced my ears for her so we could skate around, listening to punk music at abandoned fairgrounds. Every second was a blessing, I never had a frown, except for the times I'd think of her leave town. And one night in Canada, moonlight on the banister, hugging under covers, I had never felt so closer. As I closed my eyes and I thought of her, our millions of sweet memories, she was beautiful so thoroughly. I'd shed my immaturity for this connection, it was hurting me. I had never said I love you to a person all my life, but when I said I loved her, I knew that it was right. Screw temporary, I need her to be my wife. But the taste of her lips burns from our final night. She had left, the game hadn't finished yet. Sending letters back and forth like lovers on the internet. Made her a CD, songs I made and some we listened to. So she'd think of me, and maybe she would be a fool. Thought I was lost, had no house, had no car. Gave myself problems to rationalize it all. Sent my last letter, best thing that I did. Confessed to everything that I pretended. Didn't faze me like how she was leaving on her trip. She wrote back a letter, then left me a message. Please, if you see this, don't write back just yet. I need to call you just to get some things up off my chest. Sitting with a familiar pounding in my chest. Of course she had me squirming in my seat again, except the ringing of the phone was interrupted by her voice, telling me she's sorry. I'm starting to get annoyed. We hadn't talked in weeks and she was acting really cold, until she told me I wasn't the only one inside her home. She was cheating, I'm a mistress. She betrayed her lover, she hated that she did this. Regretted every second, she wished that she could fix this. And the thing is, they were in the room, they could listen to our entire conversation. They read the letter I had sent her, why didn't need to apologize. Like that would fix the marriage. My legs came out from under me, I felt like life had cheated me. From happiness and fairy dreams, that fantasy was clear to me. Everything was ugly, had so many questions needed answers, I got sympathies. Firstly, I got angry. Why did she do this to me? Why did she do this to herself? Why did she have to use me? But the fact of the matter is that they mattered after that. Like a bat to my back, she attacked me down flat. Every word that we had, I remember clearly that. Her entire person, out my life, she was snatched. Then I was heartbroken, I wanted to go and die. Driving late at night, crash on I-95. Write a suicide note, yeah, I'd fantasize. Cause I was reminded of her every time my eyes would close and the loneliness began. A feeling, I still feel it, no one seems to understand. Watching the heels of your future walk away hand in hand with the person she loved more into their wonderland. Been a couple months, I wonder what she's doing. Started senior year, I'm making minor movements. I still miss her to this day, her picture faded in my wallet. The roses on my dashboard withered away and they keep falling. I used to wonder if she ever listened to my CD, but I think either answer will just hurt me, so I just keep trying to move on and not think of her too often. Does she think of us as much as I do? I hope not. And when I was away, I saw a girl, she was as tall and she had her hair like yours. I thought I saw you talking. I went up to her, tapped her on the shoulder. Heart was pounding and my shivers made me colder. Turned around and she was older than boyfriend, wrapped his arm around her shoulder. The very thought of reuniting had me in a chokehold. If it was you, what could we have even spoke of? I tried to date again, but I can't seem to do it. Broke a couple hearts already, in my mind I might lose it. They can't compare to you, so I know that it's not fair to do. Shouldn't date if you can barely get your grades up through. And I keep skipping school, I got no clue what to do. My future is so lonely without you there like usual. And I want you to know that I did donate blood. I did the double donation for you, hope that's enough. Became a vegetarian now, I know what's up. I know you figured it out by now, I know you're tough. There are so many things I wish I could have said. I could put them all in this song, but to you I might be dead. In the chance you are listening and not just me inside my head, I want you to know I loved you more than anything. From Seb.